there, guys and gals of Facebook land. This is the comic book loving, time traveling, diesel punk prophet of pop culture, the king of swing, the tower of power, the artist also known as Big Daddy Cool, John Pyka. You can call me Johnny, and this is Wednesday, December the 13th, on the eve of the release of Rogue One. Can't wait. I've got my tickets for 8:45 p.m. Thursday night, and really excited about that. But we're going to review some new comics here on Wednesday night, the 13th. These are my picks, and let me see if I can get some better light here. Why am I... Here we go. Let's do this. There we go. Out of the shadows. All right, so we got some new comics here for this week. These are my picks, and before I get into the picks, I want to just say it was awesome to see everybody this past weekend at the Nashville Comic and Toy Show. Dee Volpe, Nancy Arch, saw so many friends, Kurt Kanzler, Mark Ballard, Sam Payne, I'm forgetting a bunch, but Jamie Lee, Phil, Adam, all of the Tennessee Ghostbusters. It was just awesome to see you guys, hang out with you guys again. It's been since August since I've been out to an event and spent time with you guys. And just let you know that I have missed you, and I can't wait to be back in full swing after the first of the year. So they got to see what you guys on video haven't seen, and that is the incredible disappearing magician, Big Daddy Cool. He's getting smaller and smaller, but we'll save that for the big reveal after the first of the year. So this week, brand new, Batman Ninja Turtle Adventures. This is the crossover issue number 2. This is the in the style of the 2 animated series. We've got the Paul Dini style animated Batman, Harley Quinn, and Joker, and fused up with the I mean, look at this. Does that not just, bring back great memories? Fused up with the animated Turtles, the newest animated versions of the Turtles. This is on my picks list for this week, so check that out. Also on my hot picks this week is the Uncanny Avengers number 17. Now, I'm not sure where this series is going to end up, but this issue was really, really good. This was the conclusion to the story arc with the Hulk being possessed by the black magic of the Hand. They brought the Hulk back to life, back from the dead. You'll remember he was killed by Hawkeye during the Civil War crossover, and the Hand brought him back to life, sent him on a rampage, and the Uncanny Avengers freed him from the possession and returned him back to the grave. Great, great, great story. And, it ends with the team, deciding to carry on with one another to track down the Red Skull and make sure that they get revenge for him and get Xavier's brain out of his skull. Where this series is going to end up with, the new Marvel Now and the USA Avengers coming up and the new series, I don't know, but it was really, really strong. And I got to say, right now, Uncanny Avengers is my Avengers. This is my favorite team right now. So check that out. Power Man and Iron Fist, number 11, continuing another great series. This issue is going to deal with the old crew of Cottonmouth and that whole gang trying to take over and take control away from Tombstone. If you're not reading this series, you really need to. It's by Walker and Green. And it, for me, is everything that comics should be. What I really love about this series the most is that the artwork is really so distinctive. It really has its own texture, its own flair, and you really just get sucked in. It's a great story, a lot of great fun. I've said it over and over. Everything that I think comics should be, so check that out. All right, 2 issues came out side by side this week. The second printing of Moonshine and Moonshine number 3. So we got number 2 and number 3. This is by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Riso. It is the story about a bootlegger in Appalachia, and one of Capone's guys going out to Appalachia to try to establish a his circuit and to recruit him. You'll see that the artwork is very painterly. It's got a style very similar to Tim Sal or the artist on Four Eyes. Basically, it's a werewolf story set during Prohibition, and really, really great. This is what we call diesel punk. Diesel punk is contemporary in origin, meaning that it's made since the end of World War II. It's got the aesthetics of the 20s through the 40s, which clearly this does with the visual style and whatnot. And it's got sci-fi and fantasy, which, of course, with werewolves, plenty of sci-fi and fantasy. Also in the diesel punk realm is Angel City number 3. This is a great, great series written by Janet Harvey, art by Megan Levins. Now, you might recognize that name, Megan Levins. She was the creator and artist, the writer and artist of Madame Frankenstein, and she's along for the ride on this book. It is the story of Dolores Dare, who is a she's a beautiful blonde bombshell, but she is refusing to conform to the norm. She's teamed up with the LA mafia, become an enforcer. She's been a Hollywood stunt woman, and she's trying to find who killed her best friend, and going undercover in Hollywood. Angel City, really fun. It's only on issue number 3 by Oni Press, so you can check that out and pick that up. One last thing, I mentioned the Nashville Comic and Toy Show. I was there this weekend and finally picked up the hardcover edition of the West Coast Avengers collected edition, Lost in Space Time by Steve Englehart and Al Milgrom, with Joe Sinnott on inks. I got it signed by the editor of this edition, and that is, of course, let's see, who did this? Oh, Mark Beasley. He is the collection editor, and Mark Beasley signed it. This is, in my opinion, this arc from West Coast Avengers is the finest time travel adventure story that Marvel has ever published. Just really, really great how intricate and detailed it is, and how it ties in to the Marvel Universe and the lore. Really, really great. I'm super excited. I got it for a song and got it signed by Mark, and just really, really excited about that. And that completes my hardcover edition of the West Coast Avengers collections. So super excited to get that, to add that to my bookshelf. And West Coast Avengers was one of my all-time favorite series. My 17-year-old son, Nicholas, digs it in a big way, and he was excited to crack this baby open and read the stories. So, yeah, excited. All right, couple of big news. All right, tomorrow night, Rogue One, I'm going to be out at NGC in Gallatin. I'm going to take Darth Daddy Cool with me for the grand opening. So if you're in Gallatin, Gallatin, Tennessee. Come out, meet me. We'll be there for the grand opening, the first show, and can't wait. Of course, I am the Star Wars Freakosaurus. I will cover it later this week with a review on the podcast, on the Jedi Avenger podcast on the Comixstravaganza network. So check that out on iTunes and Stitcher, and that'll be awesome. Then coming up in January 28th, that weekend, I will be a guest at Southern Fried Comic-Con in Jackson, Tennessee, along with Dee and Nancy of Cosplay Collective. So looking forward to seeing you guys there. And drop me a line. Let me know what you're reading. Post a comment on this video. Let me know what you're checking out. You can email me at BigDaddyCool@BigDaddyCoolShows.com. Check out my website, BigDaddyCoolShows.com. And check me out on Patreon. We're raising money, getting money together for the big relaunch in February. Now's the perfect time to contribute. Patreon.com/BigDaddyCoolShows. And we appreciate your contribution. Well, guys and gals, that is it for this week for new comics. Hope you found something you like. Go check them out at the local comic book shop. And until the next time, swing hard, swing often. We'll catch you on the flip side.